My name is Joe Donovan. I am 81 years old and I am a mixed animal veterinarian. I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, September 15th, 1936. I was the oldest of 5 boys. We got along quite well. I enjoyed the rural life. I had relatives that lived out in the country, and I would visit them in the summers and on vacations. So later on, there was one instance when I was going to a college in Madison, and I watched a veterinarian performing a procedure on a cow where he was installing a window in the rumen of the cow for scientific studies. And that pretty much got me going in the idea of being a vet. I graduated from high school February 1955 and went to the University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee for a year. Then transferred to the University of Wisconsin at Madison and went there for 3 years and graduated in February of 1959. Then went back and took a year and a half of pre-veterinary courses at the UW in Madison and applied for veterinary school at Ames, Iowa. And I entered vet school there in September of 1961. Graduated 4 years later, 65. Well, I practiced in Milwaukee after graduation for about 11 years and had a brother that was living in the rural area where I am right now. And I would come up and visit him, and we would have fun times working, playing, ginsenging, in addition to treating animals. And so I just hated to go home back to Milwaukee, so we finally decided, hey, this is a place for us to be, and we've been here. March 1st, it'll be 40 years. How many kinds of animals have I worked on? Anything from chameleons to horses. There's dogs and cats and pigs and chickens and rabbits. And I've even worked on a lion one time, but my practice is pretty much in the rural area. I mean, dogs and cats and farm animals. My favorite part about my job is making people happy. And as a veterinarian, you have an opportunity to treat many animals that are in serious condition. Farm animals are the lifeblood of a farmer's income. And if you can go out and have a cow that's just about dying and treat that cow and get that cow back to production, you're a hero, and it's fun. The most difficult thing about my job, I feel, is when you have an old animal that a person has had for a long time and the animal isn't happy anymore, has many ailments. The task of having to put that animal to sleep is something that I dread doing. When you work in a sole practitioner practice, it's a hard job. If you work in a practice where there's multiple veterinarians, things go a lot easier when you got help to do some of these difficult tasks. So working alone is a hard thing to do. We're limited with, in the rural area, not having the facilities that doctors have or the veterinarians in the city have. So we rely on our friends. I mean, I don't have an x-ray machine, but I got friends that do. If I need an x-ray taken, I can refer to these people. So the people, the neighboring vets are wonderful to me, and I appreciate their abilities and their help that they've provided for me.